I talked about the song The Way I Am being on initially in the first part of the meditation. And the lyrics here were, if you were falling, then I would catch you. You need a light, I'll find a match. If you're chilly, here, take my sweater. Your head is aching, I'll make it better. And this feeling from the Divine Mother and the Earth Mother, like, yeah, things are going crazy right now. If we are looking at things just from the external perspective, it can be very despairing. But if we tune inward, we can know that anytime we're falling, we will be caught. And anytime we need a light from the divine spark, we will be given that match. And we just need to be available to call on and receive that help, because this is a free will universe. Divine intervention only comes to us in moments of, when we are, on the verge of having like an accident or physical death, or when we beseech it. And so we're encouraged right now to ask for help, that we are moving into a place where we're going to be free from judgment and free to love. This is the energy of the black light, the Divine Mother, and that of the holy embrace. And the black light is terrifying to the personality self. The black light feels like a fear beyond death, and yet it is the ultimate embrace. But we only find that out by stepping into that portal, by walking through it. And Spirit says the way that we do that is by beginning to ask for eyes of beauty, for beginning to see ourselves through the lens of love, which then allows us to see others and all of life through that lens as well. The song, You Take Me the Way I Am, that is how love is. Love takes us exactly as we are. And we're being encouraged to let go of the ego's programs and conditionings, which say that we are not enough, and instead move into this place, this new grounding system of trusting our soul, trusting our divinity. In fact, Spirit said here, imagine a world so infused with bliss, love, awe, and wonder that we naturally always feel safe, uplifted, loved, and nourished, as if we were cherished babies in the arms of the Great Mother. And I'm sure for most people that feels like a dream, or maybe we've had glimpses of that throughout our lives, but we're being encouraged to be the dream weavers that imagine this world now. And also that in the same way life is mothering us with kindness and compassion, sometimes when we need to grow and evolve, life will nurture and nourish us through challenge or through kicking us out of the nest. And we have to accept that this mothering can be both gentle and fierce in its phases, which can sometimes be difficult at times for the personality, the ego self to accept. And 2 weeks ago, we talked about the verse in the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, which reminded us that Kali Kala, or the Dark Mother, she appears black to those who do not know her. Yet to those who love her and draw near her, she is white brilliance. So once again, when we're walking into that black light, into that unknown, where we have no guide, or it appears we have no guide, the more we draw close to the divine, the more we draw near to the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, the source of God, which lives within us, the more we begin to experience this as white brilliance. Her image is as the starry night sky, and the light of the heavens and supernal abode are in her. To pass beyond, you must enter her embrace, even as the Lord embraced her. Then, through daughter Sophia, you will acquire the knowledge of Mother Sophia, the Queen of Heaven. And here, Spirit is asking us through the soul, the daughter Sophia, we will begin to know the Divine Mother, the Queen of Heaven, and we will begin to experience them in our heart as one. And so we're encouraged to be brave enough in spirit to go forth on our life path with absolute trust in the Universal Mother, that in this way, we will be able to mother others so that they too can surrender fear and live more freely and aligned to their source. And so this whole energy that we are moving through collectively and in our individual weaves, Spirit says we are learning about the frequencies of mothering and being mothered. And this may not be showing up in a physical sense in our life where we're like, I don't know what she's talking about here. This is more of an energetic sense. We might be longing to have that experience of feeling nurtured or nourished, or we may be the one bringing our soul to the place of where we are and being the mother of that space. And here, Spirit said that a distorted matriarchy always leads to a distorted patriarchy. And so we hear a lot about this distorted patriarchy that we're living in. And Spirit is now asking us to find the root, to find the distorted matriarchy from where this began. And so this is where we're going to start to see a lot of the unraveling moving forward, especially over the next few months to years. Spirit also encourages us to work with groups, communities, causes, or purposes in order to bring worthwhile groups or concepts to life. So we talked about 2020 being a revisioning process for humanity, and the frequency of 2021 showing us who the spiritual adults were, who was moving in life with spiritual maturity. And 2022 really being about who's coming together, what groups and communities, causes, and purposes are worthwhile to be supporting and bringing forward. That we are connecting collectively with the Divine Mother on a spiritual level and experiencing life and respect for ourselves and all of life. So that is not, our current state of affairs with humanity, but as we begin to feel this union of the Divine Mother and the Earth Mother, we will begin to want to experience love and to respect ourselves and others in all of life. We will be moved by compassion, Spirit says, and genuinely be encouraging and respectful of people. And Spirit says most people are already living this way, but many are not. And this is the frequency that we are moving into, where the collective begins to shift its entire perspective. In fact, Spirit says rather than people taking perverse delight when someone stumbles, and this is both metaphorical, but also physical, we are moving into the place of people who actually want to help. These are ordinary people, Spirit says, with an extraordinary natural tendency to nurture the life around them. And it's a confirmation that we are in the Universal Mother's group of nurturing spirits that are helping to honor life on this planet. Spirit says that it's time to open up to receive more nurturing in our own lives, and we can do this for ourselves. We can also choose to open up and allow others to nurture us in kind. While this makes us feel vulnerable at first, especially if we're not used to doing it, Spirit says we do not have to worry, that we will actually get used to valuing ourselves enough to know that needing love and affection from another is an opportunity, not only for us to receive, but for someone else to give, which involves being received in kind. And Spirit says here that if we're tired, if we've been taking care of everyone else around us, it is time to shift this pattern and allow life to support us as well. In fact, if we are not sending out the message to life that we are significant and important too, then the universe cannot be supportive in return. And so the Divine Mother wants us to know that she helps the helpers so that we can keep on helping. And this works well because those who have so much to give can also receive abundantly. The last part of the energy here, Spirit wanted us to know that if we've been asking life for a solution to a specific difficulty that we've been experiencing, that this message comes to say that a solution is already in gestation as we speak. It's being sorted out, and the resolution is going to come to fruition in the physical very soon. We're encouraged to hold tight and wait for the imminent birth of the resolution. This is a confirmation as well if we are interested in working with children or the inner child, with art therapy, for emotional healing, or any kind of uninhibited creative expression that would help dislodge social conditioning and open one up to more spontaneous feeling-based existence. Spirit says, do it. The Universal Mother is supporting us, and we cannot get a more powerful ally. This is also a message about love. We may find that we are loving or soon will love in a different way. And we might worry about this love, given that it defies what we have known or been taught about what love is. And Spirit says, we are becoming able to love another tremendously, even when we do not have much of a personal relationship with them. So we're starting to feel that agape love that is all embracing. And we may even question if this love is real. It is real. It's just happening at a different level to the love and attachment that we experience when we're involved in a personal relationship with someone. It is not more or less. It is just a different facet of love. We are opening up now to loving the planet, all her creatures, the trees, the oceans, our own bodies, etc. And we are affirmed in this love and the guardianship of the earth as we return to the original Earth Keeper status. We are now supported in our work so that we do not become drained, depleted, or lost in despair, or have a fear of futility. Instead, we are energized and expanded by our dedicated service and devotion to life. For those who may be feeling lost, alone, or lonely, or in need of greater nurturing from others, we are asked to stop, to relax, and to center, settling into our body to feel our connection with life itself. The air in our lungs is the same air that moves the trees. The water in our blood is the same water that fills the oceans and is moved by the phases of the moon. The flesh of our body is the same substance as the body of the earth herself. And the heat in our digestive system is the same heat as that from the sun. We're encouraged to feel these connections and then to do something kind for another without agenda. Make a donation, offer eye contact or a smile, send out a good thought, say a prayer, or make a wish. Remember that we are connected to life again as soon as we do so. And then the last lyrics here, who will save your souls if you won't save your own?